Hi Geraldine, thank you for joining me today. I would like us to start with you and finding out what is your everyday situation that you'd like some help with today.
I am a mum to a fantastic 19-year-old son who I'm having a hard time with because all of a sudden he's leaving the nest. I guess he doesn't need me anymore, and I'm feeling a little bit useless, I guess.
Any kind of big change, when there's change, and there's going to be a change as he's leaving, and even if it's emotionally and wanting to do his own things, and there's going to be a gap there. Today, I'd like to talk about how there's three kinds of businesses. So let me explain what I mean by that. The number one kind of business is our own business. So within ourselves, we have our thoughts, we have our physical sensations that we feel within our body, and we have emotions. And that's all the things that we have to take care of, that we are responsible for. How we react, how we respond, the habits, the way we speak, the results that we get, that's all of our business. The second kind of business is, of course, other people's business, like your son or other people in the world around us. And the things that they do, the thoughts they have, how they feel, the actions they take is their kind of business. And then the third kind of business is what we can call God's business, or out of our control things like the economy, or whether the school accepts your son or not, or getting older and wanting independence. So those aren't things that we can necessarily control. So in those three kinds of businesses, the only place that we actually have any control is in our own business. There's a reason why we hang out in other people's business. And one of the reasons is because it stops us from actually hanging out in our own business. I'm going to get you to take a look at some of those things that I spoke about. So the thoughts, your body, and your emotions. So let's start with your body. So how are you feeling physically? I want you to think about your son going off on his own, whether it's just emotionally preparing himself for the next stage in his life, and he's not got a plan B. Tell me what you're feeling physically.
I'm stressed. Tight. That really does. I tighten up.
Right. Okay.
Physically, absolutely, I can feel it.
So just noticing that that's there is really important. Number two, the other side of us that we can be in our own business is noticing how we're feeling. So as you're thinking about your son going away, off in his next journey, and he's not prepared, what feelings emotionally come up for you?
Well, I feel like I failed him in some way, that he's not prepared.
Okay. So there's a really good thought. That's a great thought that you're thinking. So when you're thinking, so it's noticing the third part, what am I actually thinking? So when we peel away and we focus on ourselves, we notice there's some lurking beliefs in there that I didn't prepare him well enough.
Yeah, I blame myself.
And when you think that, how do you feel?
I feel like I haven't done a good enough job for him, so that makes me sad.
Can you see how when we hang out physically in our body and feel our emotions, it's not very comfortable.
No.
It's not very comfortable, which is the main reason why we focus then on other people and we go into trying to control and fix and help and do things for other people.
Yeah.
And as soon as we pull ourselves here, that's where we really have the power to make us be the mothers or the people that we want to be in our lives. Who do we want to be? How do we want to respond now that your son is moving off and doing his own thing, and here I am in my business? What's next for me? When you're in your own business, you really can decide how you want to be. When we're in someone else's business, it's just reacting to whatever throws thrown at us, whatever they bring to the picture. So instead, you've just decided, this is how I want to be. And from that place of knowing, this is how I want to act, we can begin to then let the mind come back in, instead of, I wasn't good enough, I didn't help, I didn't prepare, I didn't do the things I needed to do, which the mind is going to do, but we're going to give it a job that's very different. I want to be this way. I want to be this way as a parent. I want to support. So how can I do that? And we start allowing the mind then to jump back in, getting out of our physical body, out of our emotions, and say, okay, mind, help me brainstorm how I can do this. And it sets the mind into actually helping and going in the direction that you decide you want to go. But we don't know that if we're not aware. Thank you very much, Geraldine. If you have some thoughts about how you would handle this situation and what's worked for you, we'd love to hear from you. You can find me on Facebook or on my website at claimyourlife.ca. Thanks for joining us and look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.